One, you're playing against the best team in the NBA, and two, we're trying to establish some home presence. In order for us to be one of the better teams in the league, we've got to establish something at home. And tonight we got off to a good start and trying to do that.
You guys have talked about the depth of this team, but how much did you see it tonight, and how evident is it the balance that you guys do have on this roster?
Oh, it's huge. 1 to 10, 1 to 15. We match up pretty much with anybody in the league. I think we have probably more depth than anybody in the league. Especially when you talk about Andre Batch, Reggie Evans, Andre Karolinko, Sean Livingston. There's just so many guys you can throw at you. Allen Anderson. We have a lot of guys who started on a lot of other teams, but now are coming off the bench. So the bench is going to be huge for us all season long, especially when you have injuries and guys are banged up on long road trips. It's going to be a long season, so it's almost inevitable that somebody is going to sit to injury. I've seen it so many times over the years from playing, so it's good to have that kind of depth.
Paul, it's only November, but did this feel a little bit to you like some of the battles you had with LeBron and Miami back in Boston?
Well, whenever you're trying to establish something against the champs, you got to expect it to be like a playoff-type atmosphere. KG really talked about that coming to a game, expect it to be like playoffs, don't expect anything to go our way. They're the team to beat. And it was good that we got a taste of this type of atmosphere this early in the season to try to see where we at. Miami, whenever they come in town, they're a measuring stick for everybody. So it was good for us to come out and get the win.
You think you got their attention now?
Well, I don't know. When we came off a championship and, certain teams beat us, we always looked at it like it doesn't matter. We'll get them in the playoffs. So I don't know if we got their attention or not. But, it was good for our psyche.
Paul, this team has lost to them 13 straight times. Did you feel like did you make a cognizant effort in the third quarter to kind of show them what needs to be done, how to beat this team?
I just wanted to just play my game more in the third. I thought in the first half I was a little bit too passive. Turned the ball over. I wasn't really being aggressive on offense. And I said, I know how to play this game too well. I'm a smart player, and I just wanted to be aggressive. And I thought it kind of opened up things for everybody. We kind of fed off the aggressiveness, and that's the way I have to play to come out. I can't sit back and wait for things to happen. I'm the type of player that likes to go out and make things happen. So
does this game show your potential as a team, just how you guys can compete with the best in the league right now?
Well, yeah, but I thought every game's a learning experience. I thought even though we won, it's still a lot to learn. We still got a long ways to go. Our turnovers are concerning. Free throws down the stretch. We gave up late threes. So it's definitely, we still have a long way to go, but I'm glad that we can learn something in the win than the loss.
And then closing it out, what do you want from closing a team like this out for the first time as a unit with you guys?
Well, we like to do a better job at it. We went up 10 in the third, and I think that's the point where you got a team, you got home, opening night, you got to push the lead. But we continued to let them back in. We gave them late threes. We turned the ball over a lot in the fourth quarter. We missed free throws, so we got to do a better job of closing out these games.
These are two good teams loaded with veterans. You feel like it's got the making of a big rivalry?
Well, I think a lot of these rivalries are born in the playoffs. Maybe it's something that can build up. Maybe we see them in the playoffs or something.
Would you call them
It was great. This building has a lot of potential to be one of the great buildings in all of the NBA. It was electric. The crowd was really into it. This is a building where we want to try to establish something to where teams don't want to come in here, are scared to come in here. A lot of buildings have a reputation, and we're trying to build one here.
What was the biggest difference? The best team? Has the gap narrowed?
Well, I think a lot of teams got better this summer. Whenever a team wins, teams try to catch up to the best team. Obviously, we've gotten better. Indiana's gotten better. Chicago's gotten better. New York Knicks have gotten better. So I think that gap is narrow where I think it's definitely not going to be a cakewalk.
What was the biggest?
You want to give up points, and it's a great team like Miami, man. They want to score a bunch. They've been together for a while. They know how to win. This is nothing new to them. But with all that in mind, I thought, we played strong. We played to the end, and as you see, it was a great game.
For you guys who have not been together for a while, you look at the stat sheet and there's so much balance in the scoring and the shots taken. Where would you put the offensive at, just in terms of the continuity you guys are finding?
Our strength is sharing the ball. You can't play defense on everybody. And we have a lot of first option guys who've led teams who've scored bunch of points on different teams, a lot of talent on the squad, and we know that our strength is in numbers. Defensively is where we're trying to focus on. We're trying to, hold teams to certain points, certain percentages, and Jason's giving us goals throughout each quarter, and we're trying to reach those goals.
We spent the last month talking about all the things that you guys want to try to accomplish here and the standard of what you want to do, the things you're trying to set up. How important was it, with all that in mind, to come out and make a statement like this tonight and get a win in your first game?
More importantly, defending home is very important. Home is where your heart is. This is where, at some point we're going to have to, put our feet in the sand or the cement and hold it down. We're fighting for home court like any other team, and it starts there.
You mentioned home. What about the crowd tonight? What would you say about the crowd?
It's first electric, man. I can't even. You know what, man? I had to stop looking in the crowd before it was a huge distraction, but it's beautiful, man. The energy in here is incredible, man. Now, obviously, I'm coming from Beantown and the energy in that city, but Brooklyn is, man, God damn. Oh my God, Brooklyn, big up to Brooklyn, yo, straight up, man. It's gonna be a pleasure playing here, straight up.
And then I guess, did you get hurt in the stands when you went to the stands that one play? Did you get hurt, or are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm here doing an interview. If I was hurt, I wouldn't even show up here, so just know that.
Hey, Kevin, I know you're probably used to it, but how about what Pierce did in that second half there and what he brought to you guys?
Say it again for me, please.
I know you're used to seeing him do this, but what about Pierce tonight?
True. The first thing I told all these guys on the team, man, is that it's going to be a pleasure to watch this guy every night. I get the pleasure of having the front row, if not being on the court with him, watching him. I always call Pete Picasso, man. He's like a beautiful painting, man. Beautiful painting I get to watch every night, and I get to, man, it's more than a pleasure to be not only his friend, but his teammate, and see him do his thing, man. It's good to see him have games like this, and I thought he carried us for the stretch, and when we needed a bucket, he found a way to get it.
Kevin, obviously you weren't here for a lot of losses, but they lost 13 straight to the Heat. Do you feel like you and Paul kind of had to set the tone in that third quarter and maybe give them that little push and show them how to win these type of games?
Darren told us that before. I didn't really know that stat. What they've done up until this point, up until this year, doesn't really matter. It's history. I think you show growth, and you got to grow from someplace. At some point, you hope that you cut that 13 or whatever the number was. We're trying to obviously set a new creed here, a new culture, and I guess you start with getting the bears and monkeys off your back. So this is a good one to get off. Okay, thank you, everyone. Coach will be
statement game. Even though this is only the first home game here for you guys, do you consider this a statement game to be defending champs, especially after a 13-game losing streak?
Man, it was a statement game, but it was a big game for us coming off a tough loss in Cleveland and getting back to our home crowd, playing against the defending champions. I would definitely say it was a big game.
Does this win show the rest of the league that you guys are a title?
We're not worried about people think. We got a confident group in this locker room, and that's all that matters.
On the 2 3-pointers from the corner, did they sag off you because of the penetration, or were they on you still?
Yeah, we just had good ball movement. Guys was penetrating, he was getting loose rebounds, and he just found me in the corner. I was open.
Third quarter, you guys did a nice job defensively against them. Anything particular change?
Well, we had a bad start of the third quarter in Cleveland, and we really didn't want to let that happen again. So, guys made a point, to come out and try to be a little bit more aggressive on both ends.
After all the changes this summer and the heightened expectations, is there a little bit more about this game tonight than your average home opener?
Definitely. We feel we're pretty good team. Yet we still have a lot more improvement to do, and we got to show improvement. So each and every day is very valuable and important for us. Whether it's practice and games, we really have to take advantage of it.
Hey Joe, that block from Pierce on LeBron, how much of a momentum changer is that kind of thing? How much is that? It's just one play, but does it mean more?
Yeah, definitely. He was just being aggressive, man, playing great deep. And got a good block shot. Those are always momentum changes. So, Paul's a pretty good defender, man. We needed that.
Joe, what about being able to close this team out the way you guys did tonight? The fourth quarter, got a little hairy there for a couple minutes, but you guys found a way to win it tonight.
Well, we got guys, man, who really make plays down the stretch. Myself, Paul, Ticket, Darren, Brooke. Guys were very confident and we were very poised down the stretch.
Joe, how much different does it feel going against those guys this year as opposed to last year?
Well, I mean, we're a different team. Like I said, man, we got championship caliber guys, and tonight it showed.